Okay, first try to solve a economics problem about opportunity cost. We need to find the opportunity cost, and this is the graph. Okay, we need to find the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is equal to what? Let's see first. What given we have? Miranda is on the y-axis, Pepsi is on the x-axis. By producing 4 Pepsi, we can produce at the same time 4 Pepsi and 7 Miranda. 7 Miranda. Okay, we find the point, which is approximately here. 7 Miranda and 4 Pepsi, for example. All right. If we need to do more Pepsi, we need to produce, as a person producing 6 Pepsi, so he will produce less Miranda for sure, because there's no time to produce more Pepsi and more Miranda. If he produce more Pepsi, let's say 6, he will lose 3 Miranda, right? He will lose 3 Miranda. This means he will produce 4 Miranda in case he produces 6 Pepsi. All right. This point and this point, they make the curve. If we draw a straight line through this point and this point, it will be the what? It will be a straight line from from y-axis to x-axis. From y-axis to x-axis. For example, this point, I think so, this point here on the y-axis, this point here on the y-axis will be when we produce only Miranda and 0 Pepsi, right? Will be some given for producing, and we can find that. We can find that by doing a graph. I will see if I can do this. And this point of producing only Pepsi and no Miranda. Let's do a graph before finding the opportunity cost. Uh, I don't know if the given is correct, but by producing 4 Pepsi, let's say this is for Pepsi and this is for Miranda. By producing 4 Pepsi, we produce 7 Miranda. By produces 6 Pepsi, we produces 4 Miranda. So as Pepsi increases, right, the Miranda decreases, right? If we produce, let's say, 8 Pepsi, maybe it will be 0 Miranda. We can do it as this. 4 Pepsi produces 7 Miranda, right? No, let's say, I think so. I don't have a correct given. It will be a number of Miranda and points maybe. Doesn't matter. We need only this now to draw the straight line. But straight line shows clearly that when it touches this point here, this means this is the number of Pepsi when we produce 0 Miranda, and this is here on the y-axis the number of producing Miranda when produces 0 Pepsi cans. We don't need those, we just need these 2 points we found. It's enough to find the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost is and we have to be careful, opportunity cost, since it's a cost, so it will not be negative. So that's why we do slope in the absolute value. And what is the slope? What is the slope? Slope of a straight line, it's a change in y to change in x. It's a ratio, delta y over delta x. And what is delta y equals to? It's a change in y. This means it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Change in y is simply when we have change in y. This means y2 minus y1. And we can say it's rise, right, over run, which is the slope, right? Delta x is x2 minus x1, change in x between these 2 points. And since when we go from, we have to go always from left to right. When going from left to right, we can see that the curve is going from up to down, so it's increasing. Then the slope here will be for sure negative slope. In this case, the slope will be a negative slope. The angle between the line and the x-axis is alpha, is obtuse angle, and when alpha is obtuse angle, this means the slope should be negative. We can prove that on tangent, because the slope is the tangent of the angle. And I will not talk that much math now, but we have just to see how to find the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost, we can see that from this point, okay, this point has 7 as y, and this point has 4 as y, and we are going from 7 to 4, right? From 7 to 4, we're going down from 7 to 4, and here when y equals 7, for this abscissa, for this ordinate 7, abscissa will be 4, and when ordinate is 4, the abscissa is 6. We're going to the right. To the right means positive. Down means the rise is negative. To the right, this value here, the negative value I did, is delta y, and this is delta x, because the run is to the right, so it's positive. The rise is downwards, so it's negative, and we can see it here. We're going downwards from this point to this point. That's why we should put, to ensure that the opportunity cost to be a magnitude, it's a positive value, we have to put it in absolute value. This means the absolute value of, let's say this is the first point, right? What are the coordinates of the first point? The coordinates of the first point is this, which has abscissa 4, ordinate 7, and what are the coordinates of second point we got? Because we went from here, from the right to the left, from this point to this point. This point has coordinates 6 abscissa 4 ordinate. So this is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. Just we have to say it's y2, which is 4, minus y1, which is 7, over x2, which is 6, minus x1, which is 4. So the answer will be absolute value of negative 3 over 2. So the final answer will be 3 over 2. And this answer is a positive answer. And it is the opportunity cost. It's 1.5. I think so that is enough.